Alright, so I'm back. This time not playing FIFA and not just kicking around the ball. This time we're actually reacting to my predictions video for the round of 16 because they have finished this week and we know who have gone through. But yeah, suffice to say, I am not happy about what I predicted, but I guess we'll see. Alright, going to the first prediction that I made for Manchester City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. Yeah. So that was my clip. That was a clip, and that was my that was my prediction. That was actually one of the best ones I got, but damn, the score was so off. But whatever, I got the correct team to go through. Manchester City obviously won 4-0 across two legs. I predicted 6-3, but it's fine. Whatever. I mean, I saw both matches. They played really well. Borussia Mönchengladbach were quite lackluster, honestly. And honestly, even in the Bundesliga, they played pretty badly, even though they just beat Schalke 3-0, I believe. But whatever. I mean, Schalke aren't a good team at the moment. But anyways, Manchester City have had an incredible run, apart from, I mean, that little blip against Manchester United where they lost 2-0. But, I mean, they played well in the Champions, and in every competition they've played so far, I mean, they finally found their stride and they've been playing so well. So, yeah, I thought it might have been a bit closer, but, I mean, utter dominance from Manchester City. So, congratulations to them, and I can't wait to see who they play against next and how far they get in this Champions League season. Yeah, on to the next one. Right, so that was the next clip, which was Real Madrid versus Atalanta. I did predict Atalanta to go through, and I did predict it to be a bit closer, but it was not. Can't remember the actual scoreline at the moment, but I believe I predicted 4-3 for Atalanta to go through. But Real Madrid ended up going through. I mean, the first match was kind of a close one. Real Madrid only won 1-0, but then in the next one, they dominated that match. I fully think that they deserve that, the overall win and to go through. Yeah, obviously they're really good in the Champions League. I know they haven't been in the past few seasons after losing Cristiano Ronaldo, but still they played really well and they showcased their quality because they are a quality team. I know I'm a Barcelona fan, but I have to give credit where credit's due. Real Madrid's a fantastic team. In the league, they're playing really well as well. Champions League, obviously you saw the win of over Atalanta, but yeah, they played really well. Great goals from Marco Asensio, Benzema, and Ramos, I believe, who got them through. So yeah, but yeah, that was my prediction. Atalanta, they haven't been the best teams so far this season. They've played well at times, but also fallen a few times where they probably shouldn't have. But I mean, that was my prediction. I did have a little bit higher hopes for them because I root against Real Madrid all the time. But I mean, can't deny the quality of Real Madrid. So yeah, good job, Real Madrid, and we'll see how far they'll go. All right, on to the next one. So Lazio versus Bayern. I predicted 2-5 or 5-2 in favor of Bayern, which I was so close. I was so close. I believe they ended up 6-2, right? Because Bayern won the first leg 4-1 and then won the second one 2-1. So on aggregate 6-2. Oh, I was so close to getting that one perfect. So close. Damn. Anyways, I predicted 3-1. It should have been 4-1, but I did get the 2-1 right, so I'm kind of proud about that. But that's 2 out of 3, I believe. I predicted Manchester City and Bayern. All right. It's not the best, but it is pretty good. 2 out of 3. Proud of myself for that one. But anyways, I obviously predicted Bayern to go through. Lazio didn't really stand a chance, in my opinion. Bayern have been incredible for the past few seasons, and the last 2 seasons with Robert Lewandowski being on fire. Obviously, he's been on top form, easily the best player in the world at the moment, in my opinion. Easily, just wow. I mean, recently, didn't he score like a hat-trick against, forget who they played, but he scored a hat-trick. He's on like 35 goals in the league, probably more. It's insane. Absolutely insane. But I mean, what else can you say about Bayern and their incredible team? They have quality all around the field, all around their lineup. It's incredible. And Lazio, I did predict them to go, maybe not to go that high because I don't really follow Lazio that much, but I know that Ciro Immobile is incredible. I don't think he did much in the Champions League, and in the league he's not doing that much either, I think. But sorry, I don't really follow them much, but yeah, I mean, they did decent, but I mean, when you go up against Bayern, it's almost game over. Hopefully the next team that they face won't be as bad. But yeah, I think they should. I mean, it'll be a tough one. It depends on who goes through. I mean, who went through, and only a few teams can stand up to Bayern, in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, on to the next one. So, this next one, Atletico versus Chelsea. This one was a very close one. I nearly went for Chelsea, honestly, but ultimately I went for Atletico Madrid. And that's where I made my mistake. Because obviously Chelsea went through quite convincingly, because I saw both matches yet again, and Atletico were quite lackluster, just like how Borussia Mönchengladbach were. I didn't see much fire in them. Like, I didn't see the Atletico from their league, you know? I mean, they've been falling in form. Like, they're so off form recently, especially in the league. They're helping Barcelona and Real Madrid catch up to them in the league. It's incredible. I mean, I'm happy because Barcelona get closer, but that's besides the point. Obviously, they didn't score a single goal across two legs against Chelsea, because Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel have been quite incredible. I've been quite impressed. They've played really well. I mean, they've kept quite a few clean sheets, and their defense has been really great. Chelsea have played really well under Thomas Tuchel. I think even Kai Havertz is playing better. Hakim Ziyech is playing better. Timo Werner is still up for debate, but I mean, they're playing better. So, I mean, you got to give props to Chelsea. They made it through. I believe they won 1-0 in the first leg and 2-0 in the second leg, so props to them. But yeah, great job from both teams. But yeah, sorry Atletico, but good job Chelsea, and we'll see who they face next. Maybe they can go into the semifinals, maybe, but we'll see. Anyways, on to the next one. So, the next one is Porto versus Juventus. This one is another one that I could have. I was so close to going for the underdog. I know I should have gone for this underdog instead of Atalanta. I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I'm going to go for an underdog, it has to be either Porto or Atalanta. I'm like, you know what? I was really considering Porto, but I didn't, even though I probably should have, man. I really should have. And I even said it in the prediction video. Ugh. I can't believe it. Whatever. Porto obviously made it through over Juventus. They did win on away goals, and I saw that match. I saw the second leg. I didn't really watch the first one, but the second leg, wow. Juventus had a lot of chances. They really did, and it's incredible. But I mean, great goals from Federico Chiesa and Sergio Oliveira and Adrian Rabiot, I believe. Yeah, but oh my God, that wall should have stopped that. But also Szczesny, he got a hand to it, but I guess it was too powerful for him. But anyways, onto the actual teams. I mean, Porto played phenomenally. They pulled an upset. I should have predicted it. Sorry, keep getting angry at my past self, but I should have predicted it. Anyways, so yeah, Porto did incredible to knock Juve out of the Champions League. Juventus, they did play a good game in the second leg. The first leg, again, I didn't watch it, but I mean, obviously they didn't do enough to make it through. Cristiano Ronaldo was kind of invisible in that match, honestly. He got an assist for the Federico Chiesa's goal, but other than that, I didn't really see him throughout the pitch. But I mean, is what it is. Some of the best players sometimes just disappear in matches like that. It doesn't matter how big the match is, doesn't matter how small. Sometimes they just disappear, and it's okay. They're just humans, and they're allowed to just have an off game or something. But anyways, so Porto made it through. Good job on them. We'll see how far they get. Probably not too far, but anyways, next one. All right, so on to the sixth match. I can't believe I have 2 out of 5. That's not a good score whatsoever, but is what it is. Anyways, next match was Sevilla Dortmund. This one, I'm quite proud of myself for this one because, wow, a bunch of people predicted Sevilla. A lot of people predicted Sevilla. And I was going to, I honestly did, but in the moment, I predicted Dortmund, and I'm so glad I did because, whoo, they made it through. Not by the skin of their teeth. They had a little scare in the second leg, honestly. But I saw that match. What an entertaining match, man. Whew, 2-2. Wow. I saw both matches, and they were both really entertaining. I mean, 3-2, and then 2-2. Incredible. I mean, 5-4. Not quite the prediction I made. I predicted 3-3, I believe, and then Dortmund throwing away goals. But, I mean, kind of close. I mean, Erling Haaland just can't stop scoring in the Champions League. Everyone's talking about how Cristiano owns the Champions League. Man, it's going to be Erling Haaland's league, man. He has 20 goals in 14 matches. Incredible. Incredible. It's his league. In my opinion, that's his competition. He excels in the Champions League. Ever since he started off with RB Salzburg. But anyways, on to Dortmund. While they haven't had the best of seasons, especially in the Bundesliga, I mean, they've kind of been improving, and they're going to get a new manager, Marco Rose, later on, right? At the end of the season. Or starting next season, sorry. But, I mean, Sevilla have had a major dip in form ever since losing to Barcelona, and both in the league and in the cup. They've just kept losing and drawing, but, I mean, recently they picked it up. But, yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks for them because I think Sevilla's a really good team. I think they're both on level terms, both Dortmund and Sevilla. They're, like, just under that top tier. They're the second tier of really good teams, but, I mean, Dortmund played really well. They did enough to make it through, and you never know. They could maybe even go on to win it. Possibly not, but I mean, you never know. But anyways, that's another one correct for me. So that's 3 out of 6. That's 50%. Hopefully we can get at least one more right to keep the 50%. We'll see. On to Liverpool versus Leipzig. This one. This is probably the worst one. Like, honestly. It's either this one or the next one, but this one was probably the worst one. Like, I predicted many goals to be scored across 2 legs. I predicted 6-4. Wow. I was completely wrong on that one. I mean, Liverpool did score 4 goals across 2 legs. They scored 2-0 and 2-0. I'm pretty sure they were quite replicas. I'm pretty sure Sadio Mane scored 1 in the first match and 1 in the second match, and Salah scored 1 in the first match and 1 in the second match. So quite, like, they were just duplicate matches, I guess. I didn't really watch them. I honestly didn't watch them because I was watching the other match. I was watching the last matchup. But wow, I definitely I overestimated RB Leipzig's performance because they lost 2-0 in both matches. They lost 4-0. I really don't know, man. I don't really understand how that happened. I didn't really watch matches. RB Leipzig have been decent in the season. I believe they're second in their league, I believe. Even though they tied against Frankfurt 1-1 recently, and I think they won their last match in the Bundesliga, but I can't be too sure. But Liverpool, wow. In the league, I'm sorry to say this, but they're quite atrocious. But in the Champions League, they're pretty good. I mean, they had a lot of chances. They probably could have scored more. Probably could have scored 6. But, I mean, across the legs, of course. But, I mean, they only got 4. But that's still good. They beat them. They knocked out RB Leipzig, who, in my opinion, could have been an underdog story to actually make it through and win the whole thing. But, obviously, not to be Liverpool. They're still a fantastic team, and I believe a few players are coming back from injury, like... Actually, I don't know. I don't really follow their news. I'm sorry. But anyways, Liverpool, congratulations for going through. And great job on the 2 victories against RB Leipzig. You guys thoroughly deserved it. Although, of course, your Premier League form isn't as good. But, I mean, good job in the Champions League. Maybe you guys can win it. Honestly, they might even be underdogs to win it because while their performances aren't as good, their team is really good. So, we'll see. Anyways, on to the last match. The last matchup that really hurts me because obviously I'm a Barcelona fan, but so I predicted Barcelona to go through with a 5-3 scoreline on aggregate. The scoreline was pretty close. It's 5-2, but to PSG. Okay, so obviously Barcelona lost 4-1 in the first leg. Devastation for us. But ever since that loss, okay, maybe after the draw, after that loss, Barcelona have been quite incredible in my opinion. I've watched all their matches since. I've watched all their matches this season, and they've played really well ever since. They've played on a different level in my opinion. They're up there for some of the best teams at the moment. Their form in the league is incredible. They've caught up to Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid pretty close. I mean, they're 4 points behind, I believe. Real Madrid? No, Atletico Madrid. But anyways, they're still pretty close to winning the league. And they're in the cup final. They made a comeback against Sevilla quite dramatically as well. That even inspired belief for fans, including myself, to make a comeback against PSG. And we realistically thought, we're like, there's no way we're going to make a comeback. Of course, we've done it before, but there was no way. And we were just hoping for a good performance, and they did provide that. They had an incredible performance. PSG were quite just bad in that game. Barcelona dominated that second leg, and they're quite lucky that we didn't score more. But I mean, it's just what happens in soccer sometimes, or football, should I say? But yeah, Barcelona in the first leg were really bad. PSG dominated that match, and then Barcelona dominated the second leg. But I mean, PSG haven't had the best of seasons. Neither have Barcelona. Both teams struggling. They still have potential to win their respective league and their cups, I believe. But in the Champions League, I mean, they're over 2 legs. I would say they're quite balanced. The scoreline doesn't really represent how balanced they were, but it's just they chose their moments. You know, PSG were obviously more clinical in the first match, and in the second match, Barcelona were just not as efficient with their goal scoring, with their chances. They had a lot of chances. PSG did not have many chances in the second leg, but in the first leg, they created their chances. They suffocated Barcelona. They played really well, and they helped. They were able to get a nearly impossible lead that Barcelona did chase. Messi scored quite a beautiful goal, but then he missed the penalty, and Dembélé just couldn't score. Many players couldn't score. Keylor Navas had an incredible game. Honestly, man of the match, obviously. But yeah, I mean, congratulations to both teams. Barcelona, you did well, but sadly you crashed out yet again, and PSG obviously made it through. So good job, and so I guess we'll see the next matchups on. Oh wait, they already came out. I just realized they already came out. Anyways, I will be making a prediction video of the quarterfinals and maybe even predictions of the Europa League quarterfinals, because I believe they're pretty interesting as well. But anyways, so those were my predictions. I got 3 out of 8 of the teams going through. That is a terrible output. Hopefully I can get something better in the next round. I doubt it, but I mean, it's been a crazy season. So these are the teams that went through. I mean, most people predicted quite a few of them to go through. I just chose the other teams, obviously. But I mean, 3 out of 8 isn't bad. 2 of them were quite obvious. Bayern and Manchester City. My personal favorites to go through and win the whole thing. But yeah, and then what's it called? Dortmund, which I'm quite lucky that he got through, because again, I'm pretty sure quite a few people were surprised that Dortmund went through, based on just the forms of the 2 teams. But anyways, there were quite a few upsets, quite a few surprising results like the Leipzig and Liverpool, Porto, Juve, and but yeah. Anyways, those were my predictions. That was my reaction. Not really a reaction, I guess, but yeah, just yeah, I guess it's a reaction. Whatever. Anyways, if you like this video, please do like and subscribe. Yeah, on to our predictions in a few days. Later.